All right, we are going to get a little experimental in today's video. I bought some parts on the cheap on Amazon, and I want to see if I can make them work on my Giant Iguana with friction shifters, with a modern derailleur, 46 tooth chainring. Let's see if I can get it to work. Here we have the Acolyte from Microshift, and then on Amazon, I found this 8-speed 11 to 46 tooth cassette. So we're gonna see if we can make this cassette work with this derailleur with friction shifters. The bike we're gonna do this on is my Giant Iguana. I got this thing all set up recently with like a XT derailleur, 8-speed cassette. Still got the triple on it, but I want to see if I can make this thing just go a little wider on the range. I think the thing we're going to try to discover today is if these friction power ratchet shifters are going to have enough throw to fully deflect the Redshift Acolyte derailleur on the back wheel with that new 46 tooth cassette. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, I guess the first thing to do is replace the wheel, sprocket on the wheel, so that doesn't get a lot of free spin, so that when I put the derailleur on, I know if it works. There we are. 46 tooth. Don't need the chain whip. I'm not a trained bike mechanic, and we're tinkering here. So part of the benefits of not being a mechanic is breaking rules that I don't know exist. I made a 40 tooth, a 13 to 46 speed. Sometimes it doesn't all work. I've basically got it to the 13 tooth cog, which is the second one, the second smallest one, and then I've got it to the second largest one. So this 8-speed cassette has basically turned into a 6-speed. And I don't think having a 40 tooth on here is as worth it if it doesn't work. So I'm gonna take it off, back on the cassette that it was on, re-put on the cassette, and start from there. All right, y'all, so you know that I love tinkering with old bikes, and I've started to become obsessed with like specific bike parts, and maybe not vintage ones, but custom bike parts that fit old vintage mountain bikes. And so I just got a package from Indonesia. This is from Edsen Steelcraft, and this is their coffee rack. So I'm gonna open this, install one of them on my Giant Iguana, and let's open the box and see what they sent over from Indonesia. That looks so sick. It has a gloss on it too that's like so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so here's the rack. And this rack is super cool because it fits a coffee cup on the corner. I really want to start importing these and selling these because I think a lot of the reasons why we ride these old vintage mountain bikes is like, part of the fun is like the style, right? And the cool things you can get for them. And this is one, like, has to be one of the cooler things that you can get for your vintage mountain bike. It looks so good. Let me go get a coffee cup so I can show you. So here's the rack. It's so genius. This isn't quite a coffee cup, but shows you the right way. I mean, I almost like it with the red Solo Cup better, right? So if only it had like a little lid, so you could have a little lid on your beer. I'm sure they do make lids. Holy moly, I really love the finish on here. You can see the like weld spots. That's like what happens with the metal when he's welding with the heat. I think you can see it there. But I think it looks so cool. It looks so good. Ah! And so I have it in silver. And he also sent one over. Well, I bought it. And then there's also this black version, which is so sick. We're gonna go away from the basket. No more basket on this bike. We're gonna go with the coffee rack. All right, I got the Edsen coffee rack installed. It is super sturdy, way more sturdy than the old rack base that I had on before that just went to the brake calipers. Super strong, super stoked on it, super excited to go get coffee tomorrow. And yeah, I love this raw glossy finish. And the black looks maybe like a little more finished, right? It kind of looks more like a product, but I just really love seeing the welding marks on here. The install wasn't that bad. I had to readjust my brake cable. And if you don't have bosses or like the screw holes on your fork, it comes with these clamps. So you can just clamp it on your fork, which is super cool. Super stoked on this. Stoked to be going away from the basket so I can show off the Giant logo here, my happy face brake hanger. And yeah, I'm super stoked. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed me tinkering a little bit, figuring out what doesn't work. Hope you enjoyed the install of this rack. I wanna order like 10 more because I think everyone who has a bike with bosses, a vintage mountain bike, I think this is one of the coolest racks that you can get for your bike. It's got the most stees and it is the most functional. There are little bosses here, and I believe those are for light mounts. So you can mount a light on the left or the right. So I think I'm gonna do that. Stick around for the next video. I want to just start sharing tinkering in my garage a little more and bring you guys along for that journey. You also haven't heard the story of this bike, so I think this bike deserves its own build video soon. Maybe I'll put that out before this. Who knows? You will know. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Catch you on the next one.